Hi everyone, Sarah here. Okay, so if you hear air moving, that's because we've got the heater on, because I don't know where you guys are in the world, but I am in Melbourne in Australia and we are entering winter, which means it is positively freezing. Hence the long sleeves and the polo neck. Underneath this gorgeous crop top, it's Mulan, darling, Mulan. Yeah, I bought this in protest of the stupid movie that's coming out. That's a different video though. Okay, so I read another book in the time that I'm supposed to be reading The Sea of Monsters. Though in my defense, most of my day has actually been spent doing assignments. And I have succeeded with this, okay? Let me just tell you. On Wednesday, I did 3 assignments. I did 2 workbooks. Where's my notebook? Notebook. You know, they're never there when you need them. Bloody thing, where are you? Hello. There it is. Why are you all the way over there? Okay. My notebook. Yeah, okay, so on Wednesday I did the short answer questions for our diverse people thing. I did legal. I had to redo some questions, and let me just say, 2 of those questions, they took up like 3 or 4 pages by themselves that I had to redo. Okay, that took effort. I had to do role plays. So that was 3 assignments that I had to do on the Wednesday. And then, no, that was Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I did my older person's workbook. I did my older person's quizzes. So that's 2 quizzes. And I did my urinary quiz. That's 4 assignments. And then yesterday, I did my stupid Shakira essay. Well, when I say I did, my best friend helped me with it, like sorting out the referencing and stuff. Rosie, if you see this video, I am still super thankful to you for that. Thank you so much. And today I managed to do my Paula Aboriginal workbook. And tomorrow I've just got to do this stupid ass reflection. And today I also did my practical where we learned how to administer oral medication. So I've been frantically doing assignments because all of these are due by the 31st. Well, older care ones were due today, but I've done them already, so that's not a worry. And I've been doing most of them with a classmate who is also called Sarah. If she somehow sees this, I don't think she will. But thank you to you as well. And yeah, it's just been a nightmare of assignments. Just assignments and assignments and assignments. Because I'm a procrastinator, so I put things off. But then also, we didn't know we had those 3 workbooks that I mentioned until, I didn't know they existed until Monday. Because no one told me. The teachers did not mention we had workbooks for these subjects. Maybe they just assumed, because we tend to have workbooks for all the subjects, but I mean, we don't have one in A&Ps, so don't assume we know, tell us. So, everyone's been frantically doing these workbooks and last minute assignments. Like the quizzes as well, like the urinary quiz, yes, I did know. But the older person's care quizzes, we didn't know they existed. Until I checked Moodle out of curiosity, and then I see 2 X's saying I hadn't done them yet, and I was like, what the F are these quizzes? So just trust me, I've been super busy, okay? Just all the busyness. But next week I'm going on holidays, so I should be able to get a lot of reading done. I've got a list of books that I need to get done. I'll get into that in another video. But this is the book I read. Okay, it's kind of a book. It's a comic. I bought a comic. This is my first ever comic, okay? My very first. And, I'm gonna go and buy another one next Friday because I love it. Okay, so there's been 3 very good reasons why I haven't bought a comic until today. I own a few graphic novels, but I don't own any comics until today. And that is because, one, they're so short. I read this in under 2 hours. Okay, they're so short. Two, I don't always love the art style. Like, I was gonna buy another graphic novel today as well, just The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. That's the one I'm gonna pick up on Friday. Well, next Friday. And, because I love her, but I hated the art style in it. I was just like, no, I'm not vibing with this. No. But I love Squirrel Girl too much, so I'm gonna be buying it next Friday because I have no self-control and I need more Squirrel Girl. And I will be ordering the second Marvel Rising of Book Depository because my bookstore doesn't have the second one at some point very soon. So, for those of you who don't know... Oh, wait, no. So that was reason 2. And reason 3 is they're hecka expensive. Like, I remember picking up one that was like this thick. And it was like $40. I'm like, that would take me 10 minutes to read. And you expect me to pay $40. You're dreaming. I do not have that kind of cash to burn on something that short. Like, I know comics can become super valuable if you get them in time. Like, Avengers issue number 1 is probably up to the tens of thousands of dollars at this point in value. But I'm not made of money, okay? If I'm going to spend $40 on a book, it's going to be one that is like 800 pages and it's hardback. So, I'm sorry. That's just the way I am. But, yeah, so I bought my first comic. Now, for those of you who don't know, the reason I got Marvel Rising is because Marvel, these are available on Disney Plus for you to watch, and or they might still be showing on Disney XD, or if you're in America, I think you can see some of it on YouTube. I can't because I live in Australia, and it's not available in my region. Anyway, they released these awesome short cartoons called Marvel Rising with these characters, and I fell in love. That is the best cartoon I have seen that wasn't one I'm watching because of nostalgia. And I was just like, I love these characters. I love the world you're building. Can you give me a consistent updates? Okay, I have no idea if we're getting anything else in this franchise, but I love it so much and I hope we do. So I picked up this and I read it and I loved it. The only complaint I have is in Marvel Rising, right? You've got 5 characters on the team, or I may have miscounted. It might be 6 now. So you got, wait, there's a good picture here. Okay. I think that's all the characters here. So if you look here, you've got... Okay, we'll use this one, it's easier. You got Miss Marvel, America Chavez, Squirrel Girl, Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider, she's known in this one. Trust me, it's that character. That is, I think that's Quake, Inferno, and that's... Okay, where's Patriot? We've got Captain Marvel there instead of Patriot. Patriot's here. Okay? Those are the main teams. Ms. Marvel's like an overseer to the team, so like, you know, the big boss. And Quake is the one who runs the day-to-day. Quake is Daisy Johnson from S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a different incarnation of her, but she has the same powers. And I love each and every one of these characters. And we're getting more and more characters added in to the team. So like later on we got Heart of Iron, so Ironheart added, and she is fabulous. I mean, I do wish we'd get more males on the team. We've got 2 guys. I mean, in my defense, half the girls are giving off serious gay vibes, so that's cool. So long as at some point Squirrel Girl and Patriot get together, okay? I ship this ship so hard. I mean, Inferno and Miss Marvel are really cute too, but Patriot and Squirrel Girl is where it's at. Anyway, I'm getting really distracted. I haven't even talked about what happened in the story. So I got annoyed because Quake and Patriot or Captain Marvel, do not let the cover fool you, did not appear at all except in some awesome fan art. I was just like, how can we have Marvel Rising with 2 of the main characters missing? And it's like a consistent thing in the cartoon, like, they're often missing. They weren't in, Operation Shuri or the Inferno's character arc story, and Inferno wasn't in Operation Shuri. I felt very cheesed off. Where was my Patriot? Anyway, getting distracted. They're not in it, so that did tweak me a bit. But the rest of the story is amazing. So basically, this is before Squirrel Girl and Ms. Marvel have met. So her, real name is Kamala, and she's Doreen. And basically, coincidentally, Doreen is her teacher for programming. Like, she's volunteering to do it. It's part of her university course. So she's only a couple years older. It's not anything weird. And things keep popping up for them to deal with. So they're on a field trip, and AIM turns up searching for Inhumans. And then this girl, let me find her. I like her style, this girl. I like her style. I want her earrings. Can I have them? And she's like an awesome video game. It's like, okay, you can see out there. She's like an awesome video gamer, and she has discovered that she's got inhuman powers. So Inhumans are essentially, they're not mutants, because that's just a basic genetic code change. Inhumans are people who were descended from like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. The Kree, that's an alien race, came to Earth and messed with human DNA and put some alien DNA in it. And then in the 21st century now, they've released this Terrigen gas, which activates their superpowers. So they're inhuman. They're not mutant. They're inhuman. So there is a difference. And so the Terrigen gas activated her powers along with Miss Marvel's and Inferno's and Quake's. And she discovered that she can take things out of video games. So like weapons, non-playable characters, that sort of thing. And she doesn't have the best home life. Her mother keeps moving her around. She's been to 24 different high schools because her mother keeps moving around every time she breaks up with a boyfriend. Lovely parenting style and all. And so she's a bit of a loner, and she's only got like one friend who's online. She's never met them in person. And when she starts taking the creatures, the beings out of the video games, this person's encouraging her. And then Miss Marvel and Squirrel Girl show up to save the day, because that's what they do. And she takes that as an affront. She's just like, leave me alone. To be fair, the first time she used it, it was like a tiny little squirrel, and some boys had accused her of cheating, because it's not possible that they could have been beaten by a girl. Blech. But she goes very extreme very quickly. This dude encourages her to become a supervillain, right? Because that's always a good idea. Because she's like, no one understands me, no one gets me, I'm being attacked on all sides. So she becomes a supervillain, a very fabulously dressed supervillain, but a supervillain. And you're just like, why you do this? Why? But yeah, and then America gets invited in because they're trying to figure out how her powers work. They don't realize it first. And then Inferno comes in to help because, okay, so America knew Squirrel Girl and Inferno knew Ms. Marvel, and it was a whole thing. And yeah, there's epic fights against zombies because, how many zombie video games are there? And I really love this bit. We go to Miss Marvel, the Squirrel Girl's apartment, and we meet the team. Like, this is what makes me want to read Squirrel Girl. I want to know more about this team of hers, where you've got Brain Drain, you've got Chipmunk Hunk, you've got Koi Boy, and did she introduce herself? Okay, there's another chick there, but I can't find her name right now. And I want to know more about these guys and Squirrel Girl in general. And basically, she's stealing stuff to enhance her powers, and that's she starts to go by the name Emulator, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's a dope ass name. And she thinks she's alone and she's only got one friend, so she's doing whatever this friend tells her, and then things start to get creepy. So they show up to save her because Kamala's got like a heart of gold and understands that Emulator's only scared of her powers and doesn't truly know how to control them. So she's trying to talk to her, so they're on a mission to like stop her but also help her. So they burst in and it's like, we're here to help. But then they fall into a trap of a virtual world. They fall into an MMORPG. You know, those really annoying ones filled with quests and there doesn't seem to be any real plot. But basically, it's really fun and Ms. Marvel and Squirrel Girl love it. Like, they're just like, we're living the dream, we're playing video games, this is so much fun. And Inferno and America are just like, this is pointless. This is a fake universe. The only difference is that now Squirrel Girl and Ms. Marvel have punched fantasy rats and own many swords. They're just so unimpressed with the whole video game thing. They're just like, we're done. Can we not? And then when this happens with this freaking device, that's when Ember, that's her real name, Emulator's real name, realizes that she shouldn't trust this guy. This guy is a weirdo, okay? He's a freak. He's not a freak. He's a creep. He's creep-tastic. And yeah, so she says no, and then he persuades her to get in by saying that's the only way to save Miss Marvel and the others because they're trapped in the video game universe, and they could stay in there until they die. But what he doesn't realize is he's trapped in a bunch of video game nerds. And so they managed to hack the game into letting them out. Basically, they, you know, if you're playing a video game and you cause a bunch of things to spawn at once, it will crash because it can't handle it. That's what they do. Anyway, so the villain is a dude called Arcade. And it's like, this guy's a prodigy in engineering, robotics, and electronics, who's also a hitman and who dresses like a clown, only instead of killing people like normal hitmen do, I guess, through hitting them, hence the name, he instead builds elaborate death traps and puts them all together in a giant theme park. And you're like, what? Yeah, so basically he kidnapped her so that he could lock away like all the X-Men in a virtual reality and they could never escape. Fortunately, our heroes saved the day, and it's a lot of intense fighting and the dude gets really creepy. And Ember manages to free herself without dying, so that's fabulous. And at the end, they take her to New Atlan, which is the home for the Inhumans, so she can learn to control her powers. And I like this bit at the end where it's like, my name is Ember Quaid, and I'm a total loser. Though, maybe I'm being too hard on myself. Even after I endangered them all, my new friends seemed to think I deserved a second chance. They arranged for me to come to this amazing place, New Atalan, where other Inhumans have been teaching me how to use my powers. I had to promise to use them only for good, of course. But I'm okay with that. Good people, it turns out, get way better friends. And it's just such a good story, and it's so lovely. And something else I adore is, okay, in Squirrel Girl's sections, you get these little comments at the bottom to the, okay, can you see at the bottom of the page? In very, very tiny writing. To the reader, she breaks the fourth wall. So, wait, she explains it. That's... Hey, welcome to the Squirrel Girl part of the crossover. Here's a secret about Squirrel Girl books. There's jokes crammed down in the margins at the bottom of almost every page. And now you're in on the secret too. Unless you missed looking down here. In which case, hey, down here, we've got some sweet extra content waiting for you. And, like, it's just so much fun comments. Like, Where's the one where it's like, and we didn't die or something? Or like completely breaks the fourth wall. It's like, I don't want to tell Marvel how to run their business, but it really feels like a missed opportunity that they named this comic Marvel Rising when they could have called it Squirrel Girl and Ms. Marvel Fight a Giant Robot. Ah! Wait, where is it? Yeah. Let's nobody die just for funsies is my official IRL motto. So far it's worked out great. I haven't died even once. Because she's the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Okay? I enjoyed this so much. It was such a great comic. Like, I wish it was longer. That is my issue. And I need the second one now. And I also need Squirrel Girl's comic now because I need more Squirrel Girl. Like, I love all of the characters in this, but Squirrel Girl is like my queen. I'm like, can I meet you in real life so we can be friends? She's me, okay? I swear. And yeah. So if you've been thinking about getting into the comic verse, but you want to start light, like not heavy duty, I recommend Marvel Rising. It's a good, fun, light way to get started. You don't need to know too much about the comics to get into it. See, that's another problem I have with the comics. There's like over 10,000 of them in just Marvel, and then another 10,000 in DC. I'm like, where on earth do I start? Like, you would think it's not as simple as saying, I'll start at number 1. Which number 1? They reboot the universe so many times. So I've just decided to start with like a brand new thing, Marvel Rising. Though I really do want the Young Avengers. So I might have to look into getting that. But for now, I'm ecstatic with this. Okay, so yeah. 5 out of 5 stars for me this. 5 out of 5 stars. Or maybe 4 out of 5 stars, actually, because we're missing 2 characters. 4.5. We'll give it a 4.5. The art style, though, 5 out of 5 stars. I love the art in this. It's so pretty. And I love the feel of the pages. So, yeah. I read this, and it's lovely. I love it. Right, that is my video today, guys. Have you read any comics before or graphic novels? If you have, let me know down in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, like, give it a comment, maybe even subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!